Good day, everyone. I am Teacher Jane, and I'll be guiding you on how to apply as a teacher in USA. So, just a short intro, I am a public school teacher in the Philippines, and yes, a DepEd teacher, and ako po ay isang teacher one nang mag-apply ako papunta dito sa Amerika. And one of my visa sponsor is EPI or the Educational Partners International. So ngayon po, i-guide ko kayo kung paano mag-apply dito sa aking visa sponsor. And also before that, ipapakita ko din sa inyo kung ano pa yung other way kung paano mag-apply as a teacher here in America. So let's start now. So as I've told you, I am a teacher in USA and I am holding a J1 visa. So ano nga ba yung J1 visa? Okay, so before that, on your screen, merong dalawang visa actually na pwede mong applyan as a teacher in United States. It can be a J1 or an H1B visa. So ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba nila? So J1 visa is an exchange visitor program. So foreign teachers have the opportunity to teach in accredited primary and secondary schools in the United States. So actually, J1 visa has only 3 years, 3 years. But kung yung iyong employer or yung school district or yung principal mo ay magustuhan ka, pwede ka na nilang i-extend pa for additional 2 years. That is why nakalagay dyan is 3 to 5 years. Okay, so you have 2-year home rule but it depends. So bakit it depends? Kasi meron pong ibang J1 na wala silang 212E rule na nakalagay sa kanilang visa. So ngayon, kung meron kang 212E rule, that means you have to go back to your home country for 2 years. Okay? And then, having a J1 visa, you cannot work extra. So hindi ka pwedeng magtrabaho ng ibang job. So kung ano lang po yung nasa papers mo for teaching sa loob ng school na yun lang ang iyong trabaho. At wala ka ng ibang pwede pang gawin outside ng school. Okay? Your dependent can work under J2 visa. So kung madadala mo si husband mo or kung ikaw ay may husband, makakapagtrabaho sila dito sa Amerika. Okay, so what is H1B visa? The H1B visa is a temporary work visa that allows U.S. employers to hire highly qualified workers for specialty jobs. Okay, so 6 years, then renew your visa. So H1B visa, 6 years, then renew. So renew lang sila ng renew. And then can apply for permanent residency. So ito yung kagandahan sa kanila. And then their visa is a working visa. And ito lang yung kaibahan niya kay J2 is your dependent cannot work. So, being a H4 visa, hindi sila pwedeng makapag-work unless makapag-process na si H1 visa ng kanyang green card. Okay, so it takes 3 months processing. So, medyo mahaba ang proseso ni H1B unlike kay J1 visa. So, what are the qualifications para kayo ay makapasok dito sa US or makapagturo rather dito sa US? So, here are the qualifications that I know. Okay, so you need to have a degree in teaching, any teaching degree, and then you need to have 2 to 3 years of classroom teaching experience in your home country. So, kailangan meron kang classroom teaching experience. Hindi pwedeng online teaching or tutorial. They need to have a classroom teaching experience kasi po ang pagtuturo dito sa Amerika ay hindi ganun kadali. So, kailangan nilang makita na ikaw ay nagturo o malaman na ikaw ay nagturo sa isang classroom setting. Okay, have a degree equivalent to a U.S. bachelor's degree in either education or the academic subject field in which they intend to teach. So, kailangan yung degree mo ay maipa-equivalent mo into U.S. bachelor's degree. So, diyan pumapasok yung foreign credential evaluation. Natatalakayin natin sa susunod na slide. Okay, be a good reputation and character, and you have to possess sufficient proficiency in the English language. So, don't worry, dito sa English language, actually ako, hindi naman ako ganun kagaling mag-English, but nakayanan ko. As long as nakakaintindi ka at na-express mo yung sasabihin mo, ay okay lang sa kanila yon. So, actually, hindi naman sila dito hindi naman nila titingnan yung grammar mo dito as long as you are or you can express your feelings or yung gusto mong sabihin sa kanila ay okay lang yon. Okay, so what are the requirements that you need to provide? First of all, you need to have your passport. So, paano kayo makakapunta sa Amerika kung wala kayong passport? Okay, so mahalaga na meron ka ng passport. And of course, your diploma and your transcript of records. So dito, kung ikaw ay merong advanced degree, like may master's degree ka, may PhD ka, so kailangan i-compile mo lahat ng iyong diploma and transcript kasi mahalaga yan for salary increase. So the more na meron kang additional degree, the higher ang iyong magiging salary. Okay, so you need to have your PRC license, certificate of employment because they need to know if you are teaching in a classroom setting. Okay, and then reference or recommendation letters, at least 3. So dito sa references or recommendation letters, kailangan meron kang doon kasi sa aking visa sponsor, which is the EPI, so kailangan makontak nila or ilagay mo as teacher applicant yung link or email ng iyong mga references. Bakit? Kasi magsisend si EPI or yung visa sponsor ng email about you. Magtatanong sila kung ano bang estado mo sa school, kung are you teaching ba, yung mga ganon. Basta magba-background check sila dun sa mga references and then sa mga recommendations na ibinigay mo sa kanila or pinasa. And then driver's license. Actually, the driver's license, hinihingi siya, strictly siyang hinihingi sa mga free visa sponsor. Okay, pero kung ikaw ay magda-direct hiring, alam ko hindi na siya masyadong hinahanap. Pero maganda pa rin na ikaw ay merong idea sa pagdadrive kasi mahirap din na hindi ka marunong mag-drive dito sa Amerika kasi hindi naman siya talaga totally maganda ang means of transportation. So, dito sa amin, sa Florida, hindi ganun kaganda. Although may train kami, meron ditong bus, kaya lang very limited. So, mahalaga pa rin na marunong kang mag-drive. So, of course, they need your NBI, resume, and your cover letter. So, eto na yung pinakahihintay ng lahat. So, the sponsoring agency with no placement fee. Yes, correct. Walang placement fee. So, that means wala kayong ibang ilalabas na money. So, yung money lang na, yung ilalabas mo lang is yung mga documents na kailangan mong i-comply sa kanila. So, the first one in my heart, of course, is the EPI. Kasi si EPI ang aking visa sponsor. So, wala akong binayaran sa kanila as in wala. Okay? So, si EPI, ang hawak niyang states are North, South Carolina, Florida, and then Virginia. Okay, next one is FACES. So, si FACES naman po, as far as I know, ang hawak niya is South Carolina. Okay, so, next po tayo. The TPG, Cultural Exchange. So, TPG, ang hawak nila is Florida. Okay, and then the global teaching partners. So medyo wala akong idea sa global teaching partners, pero alam ko free visa sponsor sila. And then lastly is the Participate Learning. Okay, so they are also a free visa sponsor. So all you need to do is to apply and upload all your documents that you have, and then wait for the invitations. So now, if you were going to do direct hiring, here are the two sponsoring agency that I know, which are the IAG and the Minga House Foundation. So actually sa IAG nagkaroon ako ng job offer sa kanila, kaya lang medyo hindi kasi masyadong organized. So I don't know what happened talaga that time, pero sa kanila is hindi talaga, wala kang babayarang placement fee sa mga ganitong sponsoring agency, but you need to pay for the I think the program fee, the service, and the DS 2019. Kailangan mo yung bayaran sa kanila kasi sila yung magpo-provide nun. Unlike doon sa mga free visa sponsor, talagang lahat as in wala kang babayaran. So kung ikaw ay nag-direct hiring, hanap ka lang ng sponsoring agency, and then yun, sila na ang bahala sa inyo. Pero mas okay pa rin sa kanila mag-direct hire, mas okay pa rin ang direct hire kumpara sa agency. Kasi mas malaki talagang babayaran kung kayo ay mag-agency. Okay? So anyway, kung ano man at kung saan man kayo pala rin, so yun na yun. Okay? So, ngayon, focus tayo kung saan ako na-hire. So, I was hired by EPI, Educational Partners International, is an exchange visitor program authorized to sponsor teachers for K-12 placements in public, private, and charter schools in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. So, ito po yung aking sponsoring agency na nagpalipad sa akin papunta dito sa Miami, Florida. So, ngayon, itutour ko kayo sa kung ano ang naging journey ko kay EPI. So, magke-create lang kayo ng account kay EPI. So, lahat na kapag nakapag-create kayo ng account, makikita nyo na po doon lahat ng requirements na kailangan mong i-upload. So, yung mga basic requirements, yun na yung mga na-topic natin doon sa mga naunang video. So, ngayon, kung maging okay yun, iimbitahan ka nila for 15 minutes pre-screen interview. Okay, so, as in maiksi lang talaga to. Okay, so, this was my pre-screen interview, I think. This was March. Okay, so March. So 15 minutes lang siya, and then ang i-interview sa inyo is all about the documents na in-upload mo. So i-verify lang nila yon. So kailangan magtugma yung mga documents mo na in-upload doon sa mga itatanong nila, like ano yung degree mo, ilang years of teaching ka na. So ganon. And then after that, kapag nakapasa ka dyan, is mag-i-invite ulit sila, magsisend sila ng email sa inyo. So mahalaga pala guys na lagi ninyong i-check yung inyong mga emails, kasi talagang via email lang talaga ang mga ganitong klase ng application. So lahat is email. So kapag nakapasa ka sa 15 minutes pre-screen interview, nandyan na po ang 45 minutes na teacher qualification interview. So magsisend sila sa inyo ng instruction kung paano ang mangyayari dito sa 45 minutes na teacher qualification interview. Actually, ang natatandaan ko dito is meron pang video na sinend sila kung paano ito o kung ano dapat yung yung setup mo sa 45 minutes interview na to. And then, you have to choose at least 3 questions. Madami silang questions na i-send sa inyo. Tapos, mamimili ka lang ng 3 na question for your video introduction. That is 20-second na video. Ire-record ka nila. So, kailangan masagot mo yung 3 question na pinili mo na yon. So, anyway, praktisado mo na yon kasi nabigay na sa'yo yung question. So, kailangan talagang galingan mo doon sa 20 seconds na yon. Pero, bago pa mangyari yung recording ng 20 seconds na yon, i-interviewin ka muna nila. So, para siyang principal's interview. So, lahat ng nalalaman mo sa classroom management, lesson planning, data gathering, teaching techniques, possible nila yan na itanong sa inyo. So, kailangan mag-prepare ka din. Okay? Then, after ng interview na yon, magpo-proceed kayo sa 20 seconds na video recording. So, tip ko lang sa inyo, kailangan galingan ninyo yung sagot ninyo doon sa yung recording ninyo na 20 second. Kasi bakit? Kasi kung ikaw ay makapasa dito sa 45 minutes na PQI na to, yung video recording mo na yon, introductory video mo na yun ang unang-unang makikita ng school district or ng principal. Okay? So, may moment or may time na alala ko na merong mga teachers na na-hire via introductory video lang. So, hindi sila in-interview ng principal or ng school district. Nakita lang si introductory video and then na-hire na sila. So, kailangan galingan po doon. Okay? Kapag naipasa mo na ang PQI, mag-i-email sila sa inyo ng congratulatory email and then EPI will send you link for FCE. So this is the Foreign Credential Evaluation. That time, it was $195 US. So ngayon, I don't know kung magkano na siya. Pwede nyo naman pong i-research. And yung aking FCE ay kay Spantran. So yan, sa right side nyo, yung image nyo, yan ang aking Foreign Credential Evaluation. So, dalawa lang ang ina-allow ni EPI, the WES, and then the Spantran. So, bibigyan kanila ng link na yon and then doon ka magpapa-evaluate. So, EPI will let you provide home ties. So, ano-ano nga ba yung mga home ties na pwede mong ilagay? Pwede yung mga loans mo, hingi ka lang ng SOA sa pwedeng GSIS or PLI, yung mga private lending institution, and then i-upload mo. Pwede rin naman yung title or deed of sale ng bahay ninyo, basta make sure na sa'yo nakapangalan. Okay, so insurance. Okay, yung insurance, kailangan sa'yo din nakapangalan, and then car ownership. So, lahat kailangan sa'yo nakapangalan. So, kaya naman nila nire-require ang home ties kasi nga J1 visa holder tayo. So, you have to go back to your home country. Gusto lang nilang malaman kung kayo ba ay talagang may babalikan pa or babalik pa sa iyong sinisintang bansa through that home ties. Okay, so kung tama ako ng alaala, ang aking in-upload is yung loan, deed of sale ng bahay, and then I think the St. Peter plan, kung di ako nagkakamali. So, yon. And then, the bank statement naman, sa bank statement naman po, actually, naglabas ako ng bank statement nung ako ay magbi-visa interview na. So, doon na ako talaga hinanapan ni EPI. So, mahalaga din, actually, hindi siya hinanap ng consul or dun sa embassy interview. But you have to provide kasi pagdating mo dito sa Amerika, hindi naman agad-agad kayo sa sahod. Okay? So, kailangan ng money, kailangan may money kang hawak kasi mag-i-spend ka talaga dito. Okay? Kapag nakumpleto mo na ito, lahat, approved stage ka na. So, makikita mo sa profile mo sa EPI na ikaw ay approved stage na, meaning you are ready for principal's interview. So, usually, January to July ang hiring season nila. So, dito maaari ka nang makatanggap ng PI if nagustuhan ka ng principal or ng school district. So, magsisend si EPI sa iyo ng invitation. So, kailangan maging prepared ka na. Okay? Lahat ng possible question, basahin mo, i-memorize mo, give your best shot. You need to nail it. So, here are my journey sa aking principal's interview. So, my first principal interview was in Lincoln Elementary School. So, that was January 30, 2023. So, ito yung unang-unang principal interview ko kay EPI. So, as you can see, on the right side, ito pong naka-quote is EPI representative. So, bago kanila isalang sa principal's interview, mini-make sure nila na nandun ka na sa Zoom meeting, and then maayos ang audio mo at maayos ang iyong camera. Kasi isa yun sa mga points na kailangan makita ng mag-i-interview sa iyo. So, titingnan muna yan, i-check muna yan ni EPI kung audible ka ba or nakikita ka ba, and then tsaka nila papapasukin si principal or si district interview, or si principal or si district staff, so whatever. So, ngayon, dito kay Lincoln Elementary School, hindi ako pinalad, but thankfully, nabigyan ako ng second interview, which was Mandarin Lakes K-8 Academy. So, that was February 6, 2023. So, as you can see, ang dami nila. So, the woman in color green, ito po yung principal namin. And these two are the assistant principal, and this one is one of the coach ng school. So, ito po is another EPI representative. And yes, ito pong interview na to ay panel interview. So, lahat po sila ay nagbato ng questions sa akin. So, after nung isa, yung isa naman, so kailangan talaga maging alive and awake at ready ang iyong utak at pangdinig. So, yon, kailangan maayos ang iyong delivery ng iyong pagsagot. Okay, so after that, so if you nailed the interview, EPI will congratulate you and you will move forward to the next step, which is the contract signing. Then, ipapadala na nila ang DS 2019. So, ito ang inaasam ng lahat. So, what is DS 2019? The Form DS 2019 or Certificate of Eligibility for Exchange Visitor Status or J-Non-Immigrant is a Department of State's controlled document that can only be produced through the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System or SEVIS. So, kapag may ganito ka na, tuloy-tuloy na. Okay? So, Teacher Jane, how about the salary? So, it depends on the state where you're gonna teach. The higher the salary, of course, the higher the cost of living. So, talagang break-even lang. Kung mababa yung salary mo, that means na mababa yung cost of living. Kung mataas, that means mataas yung cost of living. So, ganun po dito. Okay, so additional salary for those who have additional degree and the years of teaching experience, but it is still based on the state. So, dito po sa aming district, hindi nila ina-add kapag hindi ka graduate. Like, ako, hindi pa ako graduate sa aking master's degree, so hindi nila yung sinama, kailangan graduate ka. Pero sa ibang state, kahit units lang ang iyong master's degree, ay ina-add nila to. Okay, so depende pa rin talaga sa states. And of course, the years of teaching experience, kasali po yan sa additional salary. Okay, so magkano at ano ba ang binayaran ko? So, of course, the NBI cost 225, passport is 1,400. Bakit mahal? Kasi nagpa-express ako. Okay, FCE is 10,335 that time. Invoice for J2 dependent is 16,500. Ano po yung invoice for J2 dependents kay EPI? So, since ikaw lang, as a teacher, ikaw lang ang shoulder ni EPI, so ngayon kung gusto mong isama yung iyong family, kailangan ka nang magbayad. So, itong 16,500 is good for the whole family. Kahit pasampu yung anak mo, so, ang babayaran mo is 16,500. Okay, and then the embassy interview, nagkakahalaga siya ng 18,560 kasi dalawa na kami ni husband nagpa-visa interview that time. So, sinama ko na siya. Okay, so driver's license, yes, nag-aral din ako mag-drive sa Pilipinas at nagkaroon ako ng driver's license bago ako umalis. Okay, and then the show money. Okay, so sa show money po ay it cost na sa 200,000. So, binenta namin yung aming car para lang magkaroon ako ng show money or ng bank statement. And then, these are the other expenses. Yung yellow card, hindi naman siya actually hinanap, pero nag-prepared kami. And then, the CFO sticker. So, mahalaga na meron kang CFO sticker, makikita yan sa iyong passport. Okay, kasi hindi ka palalabasin ng immigration kapag wala kang CFO sticker. Okay, so ano-ano ang free kay EPI? So, ang free kay EPI ay ang service fee na nagkakahalaga ng $220, the DS-2019 shipment, kasama doon sa service fee, and then the plane ticket is $750. Plane ticket, they will shoulder the $750 US. Si EPI po ang bahala doon sa $750 US. Ngayon, kung lumagpas ka sa $750, babayaran mo na yon. Pagdating ko dito sa America, they lend me money for around 3,000 US dollar with zero interest, as in wala siyang interest. And then they give us laptop, and then cellphone, ibabawas nila dun sa 3,000. So, hindi siya ganun kagandahan na phone, but at least, meron kami magagamit to contact our loved ones. And then, yun nga, kasi lahat kasi dito talaga kailangan cashless na. So, kailangan lahat nasa phone. And then, they will reimburse your FCE. So, binalik nila sa amin, I think, the $160. So, talagang may money kaming hawak nung dumating kami dito. So, eto, the general summary fees, makikita nyo to doon sa profile ni EPI. So, lahat ng ito, EPI pays these fees for our J1 visa holders, sponsors fees, placement fees, student and exchange visitor information system, or the service fee, foreign and domestic third party or partner fees, lahat yan si EPI magbabayad. So, EPI will never charge you an application fee. Okay, so J1 teachers with EPI make a monthly salary 12 months between 2,916 and 5,416 before taxes and withholding. Salary is based on experience and placement location. So, depende talaga ang salary kung saang state ka mapupunta. So, eto yung aking airfare. So, yung aking airfare that time ay nagkakahalaga ng 1,447.15 US dollar. So, ngayon, since merong libre si EPI na 750 US dollar, eto na lang po yung binayaran ko kay EPI, which is 697.15 US dollar. So, hindi yan isang bagsakan. Utay-utay yan pinabayaran sa amin ni EPI. So, I think until November, pinabayaran yan sa amin ni EPI. So, medyo maalwan siya kasi hindi ganun kabigat. Wala akong nilabas na ganun kalaking halaga. And my airline is Emirates. So of course, tulad ninyo, medyo ako ay madali ding mainip. So habang ako ay nag-iintay ng mga interview sa mga free visa sponsor or kay EPI, nag-direct hiring din ako. So these are my direct hirings. So the direct application. So the first one, my first interview was Connecticut. So that time, I think that was November. So very much needed nila ako. So walang magi-sponsor sa akin. So hindi ako nakatuloy. And then next is North Dakota. Direct hiring din ito. Supposedly, this is H-1B visa. Kaya lang, mas priority nila ang mga SPED teacher. So SPED teacher, kaway-kaway. And then next is, this is South Carolina. Itong nasa pinakababa. Actually, meron ako ditong job offer sa South Carolina. Pero yun nga, hindi nga kasi ganun ka-organize yung nangyari dito. So, nainip din ako until nagkaroon ako ng job offer kay EPI. So, grinab ko yung kay EPI. Okay, so aside from visa sponsor or free visa sponsor, you can also do direct hiring. So what you need to do is to choose a state. For example, you want to teach in California. Ito ang kagandahan kasi sa direct hiring. Pwede kang pumili ng state kung saan mo gusto. For example, napili mo si California. Open a web browser and search for school districts in California. View the list of school districts that appears and visit their respective websites. Navigate to human resource section on each website. Kailangan yung bawat website ng school na nakita nyo, i-explore nyo yan. Hanapin nyo yung HR section and then hanapin nyo yung employment, jobs, careers, or related sa teachers' vacancies. Then, apply. Ako, ang dami kong na-applyan na direct hiring, pero yun nga, wala. Walang nangyari. So, you have to complete the application process. So, my tip is i-compile nyo lahat ng mga documents sa isang folder sa inyong laptop para kapag kayo ay magda-direct hiring or mag-a-apply, madali nyong makita. Upload na lang kayo ng upload. Okay lang naman yan, kahit paulit-ulit pa yan, okay lang yan. And then you have to answer necessary questions and attach all the specified documents and then submit your application. Pag na-submit, yun. Hintay. So, ito talaga yung mga moment na puyatan kasi hanggang madaling araw, naghihintay ng emails, pero yun nga, at the end, wala. Sorry, ganon. So, kailangan lang din natin ng tiyaga. Okay, once you receive a job offer, you can seek a visa sponsor independently if the school or school district does not sponsor visas. After confirming that you are permitted to find your own visa sponsor, you should email the visa sponsor. Hanap kayo ng visa sponsor with your job offer letter attached. Request them to initiate the DS 2019 processing. This process is known as the Self-Placement Program for J1 Visa Sponsorship. So, ito yung tinatawag nila na self-placement. Actually, yung mga free visa sponsor, hindi sila pumapayag sa self-placement program. Gusto nila na sa kanila mismo nanggaling ang mga teachers. So, sa EPI, hindi sila nag-a-allowed ng hindi talaga nanggaling sa kanila yung teachers. Okay. So, ngayon, kung magsa-self-placement program kayo, DIY or direct hiring, kayo ang hahanap ng ibang agency or J1 visa sponsorship. Okay, and of course, you need to join FB group and chat. So ito yung mga FB groups na sinalihan ko noon. Yung Free Support Group for Filipino Teachers, very helpful sila. Nandyan sila Sir Balt, and then PhilTeach USA, and then si Miss Alisa Lifestyle Blog. So kung Kung merong pang iba na pwede nung joinan, mag-join kayo ng mag-join kasi diyan po makakakuha kayo ng idea kung paano ang processing. Yun nga, wag lang kayong basta maghaw ng maghaw, aralin nyo din kung paano. Okay, so that's it. That's all. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope na meron kayong nakuhang tip or konting learning dito sa aking video. And sana one day malaman ko na kayo ay paalis na. Thank you!